Hello, welcome to Linear AutoCAD Tutorials. Don't forget to like and share this video and also subscribe to our channel for more design videos. In this video, we're going to be learning how to create layers and functions within the layer command. Let's dive in. The layer option in AutoCAD permits you to separate your drawing into different groups. For the layer option, you can go to your home tab and there is a layer panel right here. Currently in this drawing, if we click on the drop down here, we can see that we have the zero layer, the depth points, the dimensions, the doors, and the text. By default, you have the zero layer and the depth points for every single AutoCAD drawing. The dimension, doors, and text were created by me in this drawing. If we select this as a text, for instance, and right click and check its properties, we'll notice that the layer currently for this object is text. Let's close that. We have another drawing here, P farm, but this time around there are no active layers aside the zero layer and the depth point. So let's click on the drop down and see that. So you can see we have the depth point, we have the zero layer. Let's ignore the remaining three layers. So in this video, we're going to be learning how to create these layers that we have in the previous drawing. We have the dimensions, the doors, and the text. To create a new layer in AutoCAD, all you need to do is to go to Layer Properties option right here and pick this option with a star on it. Click on it and it permits you to create a new layer. So currently the default name is layer 1. Let's name that doors. Let's give that doors and enter. Then let's create the option for dimensions. And let's create the option for text. Now, after creating the text layer, all we want to do is to edit the layer properties. So to edit the layer properties, let's change the color for the doors. Let's change the color to yellow. Pick yellow and you OK. And let's change the color for the dimensions. Let's change that to green and OK. And let's change the color for the text to red. You say OK. Now, how do we assign these objects to these layers? Let's close. Let's select the objects. Let's say the first one, dimension here. This is a dimension. Select this dimension and let's zoom out. Then you right click and you pick the select similar option. Then you right click again and go to properties. When you check the properties of this layer, currently it's on zero layer. So we need to change this layer to dimensions. So let's pick dimensions. And you can see that the color here by layers changed to green because our dimensions color is gray. When we escape and we check this, we can see that our dimensions here are green. Let's do that for our text. Pick this, select similar. Select similar and check the properties. Then let's change the layer to text layer. And after changing layer to text layer, you can see that the text has changed to red. Let's do that, escape, and let's do that for the doors. This is a door. Let's select similar and change the property to that of a door layer, from zero layer to a door layer. Yeah. and you'll notice that the doors have changed to yellow. So currently we've applied layers to this new drawing. Let's see other functions that we have in the layer properties. Let's select the layer. Then let's check this. As you notice, the sizes of this may be too small, but to increase the sizes, you can just toggle your cursor here and you can drag it. And you've increased the size of that box. I can do the same for this and keep increasing it. Now to deactivate an option, all you need to do is to take your cursor to one of the options, right click, and just deactivate it. For instance, you want to deactivate the option to on and off. You can see the on and off is the bulb option. Deactivate it this way, and you can notice that that option has disappeared. Let's bring back that option, activate it, and our on and off option is back. In order to make the editing we are going to be performing more visible, we can minimize the size of this window. Just drag it this way. Can minimize the size. Now we can see our drawing. The on option permits you to switch on a particular object or group of objects and switch them off. So whatever objects are within zero layer, if I switch this off, it will be switched off. Or let's use a more obvious layer. Let's use text. If I switch off the text option, you can see the text is currently visible. Let's switch it off. You can notice that the texts have disappeared. And when we want to bring it back, we switch it on. And we have our text back. Now the freeze and tile option permits you to make a layer inactive, right? So that no editing can be performed on that layer and it wouldn't be visible. So if I freeze the text layer again, you can see that it has disappeared, and any editing option to perform on your drawing will not affect that text layer. So I can tile it to bring it back. Now we go to the lock option. The lock option permits you to see the object, but you cannot directly edit it. Although you can still perform commands that will pass through or can be referenced to that particular object. So if I say I'm locking the text option now, I lock the text option, you can see that the transparency has been reduced. I reduced transparency by 50%. Now let's zoom out. And if you toggle your cursor, your crosshair, you can see that there is a sign that shows that it's currently locked. If I want to draw a line now from this point, you can see that it's locked. That means whatever you're doing will not currently affect that particular layer you've locked. So let's escape that and come back here and unlock it. Let's check the other options. We have the line type. If we come over here and we select line type for, let's use dimensions. Currently it's continuous, but we want to change this line type. You load the options and you have different line types. So you can just pick any line type you want. Let's say ISO dash, and we OK. Then we pick ISO dash here and we activate it. So you can see currently the dimension lines have changed to ISO dash, as you can see here. Okay, let's zoom out. Then let's pick a different option. Let's say we've changed the line type. Let's change the line weight. For the line weight, it displays how thick or thin your line is going to be. This is the line weight. So let's pick 4 dimensions. We click on line weight and the window pops up for us to edit the line weight. So we'll pick a line weight that we want. Let's say we pick 1.2. Then we say OK. By default, the line weight will not be activated. But to activate it, you go to your status bar and you pick on the option to show or hide line weight. So it's currently off. So let's activate it. When you activate it, you can see that the line weight now is active. So let's deactivate that. So it's back to default. Now let's move to transparency. Transparency will display how bright or how dim your layer is going to be. So let's change the transparency for our text layer. Change the transparency is currently on 0. That means it's not transparent. So we can make that 70%. This is our text layer. So let's make that 70% and say OK. And if you notice, it's now very, very dim. It's now transparent. So we could leave that way. That's how we can manipulate our layers to make them serve whatever function we want them to serve. Finally, we have the plot option. Now for the plot option, you can see that currently the def point is grayed out, which means when you print out your work, the def point will not be printed out. You can do same for any layer you don't want to be printed out when you print out your work. For instance, if you don't want your dimensions to be printed out, you can deactivate this. And when you print your work, the dimensions will not be printed out. We can bring that back, and when you print your work, the dimensions will be printed out. We also have the option of activating a particular layer. If you want to activate a layer, currently our 0 layer is active. So whatever you draw in your AutoCAD will be under the 0 layer. Let's switch our active layer from 0 layer to our door layer, which is yellow in color. So if I switch this to the door layer, I come over here and ensure that the door layer is active. I pick the door layer, then I activate it. And currently our door layer is active. So anything we are drawing, since the door layer is yellow, is going to take yellow color. So let's create a circle. So if I draw the circle now, you can see that it's currently yellow in color, which means it's under the door layer. And if I select it and check the properties of this circle, we can confirm that it's under the door layer. You can see the layer is currently displaying door. So let's close this and escape. Finally, how can we delete a layer when we don't need it? Let's create another layer. Let's say we are creating a new layer. If you notice, as we are creating this layer, the most active layer is the layer that it would assume all its properties. As you can see, the active layer is currently the door layer. So the new layer we are creating takes everything that the door layer has. Yellow color, line type, line weight, transparency, and everything. So let's create this layer called delete as our new layer and enter. So to delete a layer, you just ensure you pick the layer is active, blue in color. Then you pick this option that has an X on it and it deletes the layer. Now, not all layers can be deleted. Let's try delete the 0 layer. There is an error message which says layer not deleted. The selected layer was not deleted, and these are reasons. The following layers cannot be deleted. Layers 0 and def points, the current layer, layers containing objects, and xref dependent layers. So currently you tried deleting the 0 layer, which means it cannot be deleted, and the def points too. So let's close this. That will be all for our layers. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to share it to someone who may need it. Like this video, subscribe to our channel for more design videos, and also comment to tell us what videos you want to see subsequently. Thank you for watching.